Hi, I'm Lesley Weidenbetter. I'm the managing editor of the Indianapolis Business Journal. I am Jeff Weidenbetter's wife, and I own a cat. The best advice I ever got came from my dad. All the great advice I've gotten has come from my parents. And my dad said early on in life to get tough. In fact, it was really more of a mantra at our house than it was a piece of advice. Get tough was the way we just kind of dealt with things as they came along. Sometimes get tough means you're in a difficult situation, you're nervous, and you just need to get tough and deal with it. Sometimes it means that you've lost a battle and you have to move on and you have to get tough and accept what the result is. I had an amazing dad, and I lost him 3 years ago. He was the guy who took me fishing. He's the guy who taught me how to take photos. He encouraged me to do anything I wanted in life. I learned a lot from him because I learned that having a diverse set of interests and knowing a little bit about a lot of things can really get you far in life. And so that helped me tremendously becoming a journalist, because frankly, that's what we do, is we know a little bit about a lot of things. As a reporter, you are constantly making people mad. When you do your job really, really well, you make people really mad. When you do your job badly, you make people mad. And because you're out in the public, and your stories are in the public, or your name is in the newspaper, people know how to reach you, they know how to tell you what they think, and they should tell you what you think, because you have this incredible platform where you get to go out and tell the world what you think, or what you report a story and you get to put your version of it out there. But it's hard. It's hard to hear from people about what they think you did wrong. And so there are so many times when the get tough mantra is incredibly important. It's important when you're interviewing someone and they get really angry in the middle of the interview. It's important when you have a terrible thing you have to go ask somebody about. You don't want to do that. It's extremely emotional, and you hear in the back of your head, well, this is your job, you need to get tough. And it's almost impossible to tell you how many times in my head get tough comes up, how many situations it gets me through. As I said, I lost my dad 3 years ago, and I thought that many times. He had a long illness. There were many times he had to get tough and deal with the situation as it came. And we knew that's what he wanted us to do, because that's what he always said. I would say that it literally works in every situation. I mean, it is one of the most clarifying things that I can think to myself. So what I would tell someone is, when you're trying to make a decision and you're facing, should I do X or should I do Y? If you think about whatever is the toughest thing to do, it's probably the right thing. And so if I'm trying to decide, am I gonna fight for something I really believe in? Am I gonna take the easy road and just let somebody else make the decision? If I tell myself to get tough, I'm not taking the easy way. I'm taking the harder way. And that is almost always the right way to go. And so I think it's almost like asking yourself a question every time you're in a difficult situation. Like, how do I want to be perceived? How do I want to look back on this situation? And in almost every situation, the way you want to look back on it is you want to think that you got serious, that you got tough, that you figured out the way through it, and that you took control of the situation. And get tough almost sounds like a sports metaphor, or like a rub some dirt in it kind of thing. And it kind of is, but it's much more than that. It just can be used in so many situations, and then that's the way I use it. There are very few days I go through but I don't think about getting tough.